M0FXB Hamtech, welcome to my channel. You are absolutely going to love this, and you need to thank NICSURE, or this is the YouTube channel that I will link into this video for this work, because it is fantastic. Look on the left here, we have a Quashing Dock for the UV-K5 K6 radios. Now you do need to load a specific firmware for this, but we have the Egzumer firmware, which can be done using your browser. So I'll just click over to some of these links, these GitHub links, and I will make a video installing this on my own device. I'll use the UV-K6 model that I've got in this photograph, but the links are here. Look, if you scroll down, you can just download the Quashing Dock here, where it says download. Scroll further, there's a video that Nick has made, but you've also got the GitHub link for the dock firmware. Now there's more than one link, so you've got the Quashing Dock, which is what you can see on the far left, and there is a spectrum analyzer and channel editor, and this links directly to your PC, and there's lots and lots of functions within that. I've been watching his video. Look to the right on this tab here, you'll see that he has also made sure, because the Egzumer firmware is so popular, that you can add this to your radio. So you might already have Egzumer. I would say that the other firmware, which I haven't actually looked at, is going to be the original firmware. So many of you will already have that. It comes with your UV-K5 K6. But here's the Egzumer one here. Okay, Egzumer K5 custom model. Click M0FXB Hamtech. Welcome to my channel. Big thanks to NICSURE for his Quashing Dock firmware. I'm just going to show myself loading this. I've got my UV-K6 that you can see in the background. We've got our cable, so dig out your UV-5R cable, you're going to need this. We've got a link here to download the firmware loading software. So if I just, and I've done this so many times, if I click download, it will download the firmware as well, but the bit you're interested in, if we just allow it to do it, download, just up here. Now if it gets boring, just fast forward. I just want to show you step by step how to do this. Right, there it is. So you can see this. Double click, and then the one you want, the firmware loader, is called Anonymous PS Update. If you double click that, you'll get this little green folder appear, hopefully on your desktop. I've already loaded it so many times, but okay. So follow that. I'll show you what it looks like on your desktop. I'll put it to my taskbar at the bottom. So down here on the very bottom there, you can just about see it. Tiny little green thing here where my mouse is spinning. Double click that and it opens up your firmware loader program. Okay, which you can currently see there. Turn off your K5, K6, hold down the PTT, turn it back on, you want the white light on top, then plug in your UV-5R cable. Now push it in nice and firm. Okay, plugged in. Right click your device manager, so the Windows squares, right click, look for the word device manager. To find your COM number, double click the word ports, scroll down, and my COM number is USB serial CH340 COM34. If you need the USB driver, just let me know. I'll put a link in the description of the USB driver, but normally Windows will load it anyway. So back to the loader software, we're going to go COM34, and you'll know if it's working and connecting, because when you hit connect, it will then allow you to, it will say the word disconnect. Then select your firmware. So the easiest way to get your firmware, of course, thanks to NICSURE, we've got links on GitHub, but the GitHub can be quite confusing for many of us who don't use it that often. So what I've done to help, on my Facebook page here, Hamtech Radio Scanner, I've added 2 links. So just go to that Facebook page, and of course I'll put that link in the description. And then go to the one here, that the top one says firmware packed bin. And when you click that, we're going to do it. it's going to instantly download and put into your download folder the bin file that you need. It's just done it there. Okay, so that's nice and easy now, because then you can just click. If you look here, I know it's small, 3 tiny little dots. Remember, your radio is in firmware mode, so click the dots, and then you're going to go to your downloads folder here and double click, and I've loaded it so many times now, and you get this long program file list here, and now just click update, and it's now going to send the special firmware that has been made to run the dock. So it won't run without this dock. Now remember, if you want to listen to audio and transmit, we are going to have to make a cable up for that, but this will still work great as a channel editor, yeah, and other items. Yeah, it's still going to be fun to use until you make the cable. And of course, I need to learn how to make the cable and myself. So the firmware's on there. You won't lose your memory files. So the firmware's on there. Once you've got the firmware on there and you're in normal mode, which we are at the moment, the next thing we're going to need is this new software by Nick. And of course, I'll link in Nick's video, a full demonstration for you. So if you go down on my Facebook page here, and of course the GitHub links will be linked as well in the description, you'll see Dock. So it works with the Quashing Dock. So we're going to click that. I'm going to right click it, and we're going to click open link in new tab, and straight away, again, I've done it in a way where you can it downloads the file you need straight away. So look, Quashing Dock, double click. Now there is no connect button for this when you run it, so we're just going to run it now, even though I run it many times. And here's the file, and of course it's easier to extract it somewhere. So create a new, my advice is create a new file. So if I just delete one of these, delete, and we'll go right click on when my mouse is on my desktop, and we'll go new folder, and we'll call it dock. Okay. DOCK2. Okay, then we'll get this lot of files that we've just got, and we'll go extract to, and we'll find that file called dock. So we're looking on our desktop, which is the front page of our screen, looking for the word dock, because we just created that, dock2. Click OK, and now all these files are going to be in this folder here. Okay, and then we've got Quashing Dock here, which I've put a shortcut down there at the bottom. So if you right click, you should be able to go pin to start, or if you go show more, you can go pin sometimes to taskbar. Yeah, pin to taskbar, and it already is, and that means it's at the bottom for easy access. I've got 2 there, I don't need 2. So I'm now gonna double click that software. The cable is still connected to my PC. When we double click it, it's going to open up the dock, okay, which we've got here, and straight away we can see the same frequencies that are on the radio. Now, I'm not really doing a full demonstration on this one because I need to learn it better, but you can see that we are connected, but we're not going to hear anything without this cable. Okay, so we're going to click, let's have a look here, see here, SPECT here, we get these 2 windows up here. You've got a channel editor window, so that we can actually start using now. Close it there a minute, move that up, and then we'll open it again. I haven't used it ever, so if I'm sounding like I'm a bit grey on this, you're right. So here it looks like we can choose things. Now let's read from the radio. So it looks like it didn't automatically read that. We had to read it at least once, and look, you've got this nice, so you're no more having to find different software programs. This is quick, you're there straight away, and I really like that, even without the fact that we can eventually receive and transmit on our PCs. So let's just choose one at random. So scrolling down, we can go, let's just double click one, we'll put a name in here. GB3, I'm just going to make something up, AA 145.100. Of course, get the correct dots, otherwise let's go back. 145.100 and then 145.700. Again, forgetting the dots. 145.700. Wide or narrow. And then you can choose your power. Going along, the important ones are like your CT, CSS, none. We'll go yes. We'll choose 94.8 further over. That's your CT, CSS tone. Everything's here. I mean, wow, Nick, you've done a blooming good job of this. I just can't believe it. Save, and yeah, you can save the file somewhere. Just going to do that just quickly. And what's this? Magnification. Is that going to make it bigger and smaller? Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Anyway, you get the idea on that one. When you're done, click Write to Radio. You've got Load and Save, so you can import and export files. Group, let's have a look at that. And ungroup, don't know. I did the magnifying glass, it all closed down, so don't do that at the moment. Now we've got Spectrum here as well. So let's just, I noticed that when I did select Spectrum, it did change. It did change the frequency. Let's try it again. See that? And waterfall coming down. You can change the parameters here. Learning on that. Step size. Step count. There's frequency. So we go 434.550. I do that one because that is my node. Yeah, and that is on the screen of the radio. I know that the screen's gone out, so I need to go into menu. Menu is here, I believe. Is that MA? No. Let's do it full screen for fun. Look at that. Right, so we've got menu here. It's same as the screen at the front of the radio. Exit, menu, go up and down the menus. Exit. So let's try VFO memory. Oh, it's just doing 3 now. Let me just see if I hold my, see if I exit that a minute. If I hold my thing on the, yeah, there you are. If I hold my thing on the VFO memory, it does go to memory channel. Hold it down, hold your left mouse, hold your AB, it moves down to AB. Cool, and then you can use the shortcuts that you would normally use. So 6 is a shortcut. Mind you, with Egzumer, I can't remember what 6 is, but I know that if I go, let me think now. Are we using the F button though? Let's just try it, because I know it's got Spectrum on here, but let's go F5. Yeah, you might have to select Spectrum, you know, separately, but that's 5. Band, let's do that. Let's just hold our finger. Yeah, the bands are changing. Great fun, isn't it? Vox, FC. So, you know, you can pretty much do everything on the radio, plus the Spectrum stuff, which I don't know how to do. Let's go back to the smaller size. There's a big settings window here. As you can see, now when you've got your cable sorted, up here, audio in device, that's my microphone on my PC, audio out, so it knows everything that's on my PC already. Volume, not sure what this means. Enable pass-through, is it to do with an amplifier or something? You can change colors and all that. I'm not going to start playing with colors until I can get the audio working. LCD background, LCD fonts, LCD font adjust. Yeah, so, you know, customization of the fonts. Let's see if I can get this onto my memory channel. Hold down 3. Oh, I have to close this window. Hold down 3. Let's go up and down the channels. No, I can't find it. So we'll go to VFO. Go 434.550. That's my node. Let's make sure I'm connected. I use HubNet. Do you want to see HubNet? This is my HubNet node, and I just click HubNet, and it joins me to the HubNet system. Of course, I need a box here that I bought from G7RPG to do that. Yeah, it's on there now. If I turn up the volume on my other radio, you'll hear it.
145 350 if it's clear.
So with two radios, you can hear it as long as you're on the same frequency, but obviously we definitely need to sort the cable out. Let me just show you the cable. So as Nick has said, you won't hear any audio until you've made this cable. It says here, cut one of the tails of the 2.5mm adapter in half and isolate the inner conductors on both sides. There will be three, an outer shield which is ground and two wires, one of which carries the audio and the other carries the TX serial. So for definite, you're going to need to buy this resistor. Hopefully I got one of them lying around. Someone will make cables for this, and you'll see soon on YouTube there'll be lots of people that have made this cable and made a video, so I look forward to that, because saved me trying to get my head around it. It's not that it's not that it looks hard. I'm just looking at it. So you've got two jacks, one's 2.5, one's 3.5 going into the radio. Then it's been split so that one part goes to the line in. Programming cable, USB programming cable. So then you've got another connector to the actual cable. I'm guessing that block there at the bottom is the longer section of the USB cable that we buy from, Bofun cables. And we've got plenty of them lying around. We don't mind butchering one up. So it'd be nice if we could just go connector to connector rather than. But it's this thing about the audio line needs 47K, additional resistor. That's the only bit there, so you can see that left and right channels. Someone else is going to come up with a way of this, but the drawing does pretty much tell us what to do. So this section here is a twin pin cable on the right. So you're also splitting off these couple of connections to the microphone. So I think that's enough for now. Hopefully this will get you up and running. You'll be able to load it and look at it, and of course within days hams are going to have easy ways of doing all of this. Massive thank you to NICSURE. Definitely put his video in the description here, which is very detailed, goes right through all the settings. So thanks very much for watching my YouTube channel 73. M0FXB, welcome to my channel. NICSURE's Quashing Dock. So I've got it on a full screen image here. Now there is a cable you need to customize if you want to receive and transmit audio using this software, but the channel editor works straight away and radio control works straight away. You do add customized firmware which Egzumer has made, or you can use original and to do this, but I've got all the links in the description. Also, you download the program which is called Quashing Dock. I've got a link in the description, and you get this dock. It doesn't have to be full screen, but I thought I'd show it in this one. We'll just quickly flick through here what you can do. So right now, if we hold down the VFO button, we go into memory mode. No different than using the radio. Hold down VFO again. We're in VFO. We go 1, 4, 5. Where's the dot gone? Blind as ever. Can't see the dot, so we're just going to go 0, 0. The dot's already there. Okay, so on. You can click menu, go up and down the menu. You can actually customize colors on this device, and it has a spectrum scope behind where the radio is. You can have a waterfall. It does. I noticed that when you go into waterfall mode, it does change the frequency. You've got the front buttons here, which if you're using Egzumer are going to work in the way Egzumer works. If you're using the original firmware, then it'll be like that. So with original, you hold down the F. Welcome to my channel. You need to thank NICSURE. This is the YouTube channel that I will link. Yeah, sorry about that. That was another video that I made coming live for whatever reason. So what else we got here? Type the frequency, go into the menu. You've got the exit button to exit menu there. Settings cog here. This is his settings cog. Audio. This is why we have to make a cable. You've got audio in and out because when you plug in the twin pin cable, you lose your audio. Volume here, changing colors, analyzer style, bars, line, heat. Changing the fonts. There's your serial COM port for when you're programming. I've made a video on loading all this up. What else can we do? Channel. Let's see if we can open up the channel programs. It works really well just for programming your channels. It's a lot quicker than using the software. So click channel editor. Let's close down the settings. Channel editor. Yeah, and that has appeared here. So usual thing, just type your frequencies, set your CTCSS, read and write. Load and save files where you've done that and you just want to bring in the file that you've saved. Let's just quickly see if we can fire up the waterfall. Now it does change the frequency, so we're just going to hit, and remember I've been looking at this for an hour. Analyzer and waterfall. We need some activity. Let's change the frequency so we get some activity here. Now, how do we change the... there you are. No, 434. Looks like we can tap it here. Oh, there's a frequency there. Oh, well, more to learn on that, but you can see that it does have a waterfall once you've configured properly. Yeah, and learn this. Step count, step size, bar, line, heat, and let's just do everything. Just click in everything, and then you've got a normalize button there. PTT. Haven't actually even tested that. I don't think that'll work because will it work? I can't see the radio going into a red PTT. Let me go back to normal mode. How do we do that? Menu. Might have to. I don't know how to exit the waterfall feature basically. Let me just quickly reboot it, and then I'll try the PTT. Okay, rebooted PTT. Yeah, no, of course it doesn't. It uses the microphone. But watch what happened when I rebooted it. Turn it off, and there's no connect button. Turn it on, and it shows it. Welcome. It just knows. Yeah, of course, after you've selected the COM port. The good thing is that all the spectrum graph appeared on the right. Nice, very nice. So yeah, lots. I mean, it's just we are so lucky, aren't we, with people? And this is, I know lots has happened already, but this is still early days. The fact that it's a bit like the X6100, but times 1,000, if you ask me. The fact that this radio is fully customizable is the reason they're selling like hotcakes. Every ham in the world is going to buy one of these radios, and anyone that complains about this radio is completely mad, in my opinion, completely, because £10 to £15 and you have hundreds and hundreds of hours, yeah, playing around with this device for fun, yeah, make sure you don't cause harmonics and all the rest of it, yeah, or go and waste 15 quid on McDonald's, yeah, or Coca-Cola. It's a no-brainer to me. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Bye for now.